I made a long video last night, and I was getting ready to try to edit it, and it was a 30-minute rant on the draft. So I'm just gonna wait and say that stuff on Monday on my live show, since I talk a lot on that show anyway, and it's a long video, so I'm not gonna put a 30-minute video up. I'm just gonna put this short video up on you, and I'm gonna go watch the rest of the draft. But I had issues with Jason Garrett and allowing himself to be emasculated by Jerry Jones. What man allows another man to be emasculated like that? He has no power. I have no idea why he stays with the organization. He would get more credit from me and more respect from me if he runs up to Jerry Jones and said, "Look, I'm not taking this anymore. I'm out," and throw a trash can like Jimmy Johnson. I'd have had a little more respect. But right now, Jason Garrett, I don't even know. I mean, he's the biggest, what do you call it? Not patsy, but biggest lame duck I've ever seen in my life. And it's obvious they're going to blame, if things don't go right, if he doesn't win a playoff game, everything will be blamed on him, like it was Wade, like it was Rob Bryant, period. So the whole Jason Garrett thing, I'm so confused about, All right, the first pick, I'll go into the pick itself on the live show, but the bottom line is, how did the product that we had on the field last year, how did that product get better this year through the draft? Think about that. You know, don't give me a line of the new center, because, you know what I'm saying, I don't know how much better he is than what we have already. Just because we drafted him first doesn't mean he's the best. A lot of people had third-round grades on him. A lot of people had a lot of problems with him or whatever. Just because we liked him doesn't mean he's better than what we have right now, guys that has experience. No. Eric Reed, the people who San Francisco got, Eric Reed would have been better than Sensabaugh. Eric Reed would have been a starter for 4 years, no question, as soon as he comes out, and upgraded our secondary. You know what I'm saying? So we did not get any. We got one starter, Franklin, the center. He's going to be a starter. The tight end will not start. You'll have to shoot Jason Witten in the head and drag him off the field for him not to be a starter, or him not to get plays. Terrence Williams, 4th. My boy Dwayne Harris went completely off last year. Dwayne Harris went off. So there's no way Terrence Williams, who I like a lot, and I really respect that pick too, because it goes with my BPA best player available, and he was one of the best players available. But another one of the best players available was DeMontre Moore, who was at one point scheduled to be a top 10 pick and failed after the draft. If we had got DeMontre Moore, who was also one of the best players available that fit one of our absolute immediate needs at defensive end, you would slide him behind Ware, so Ware can get a break every now and then. You have no one behind Ware that can do anything. You have no one behind Ware. You put somebody behind Jason Witten, and you have no one behind Ware. Ware could barely play at the end of the year. His injury was so bad. Ware is under the operating table probably right now. And you chose to back up the toughest son of a bitch in the world. And don't give me the 2 tight end offense either. Don't give me that 2, because we've been talking that, oh, we're going to do the New England offense. We've been saying that since Marty B. You've had with the same offensive coordinator, the same offense, everything. You had Marty B. You had John Phillips. You had Hannah. And we have never been able to get that second tight end any action, any looks. Hannah barely got looks last year and looked good. And now, guess what, people? You're not going to see Hannah again. Hannah's done. I know they said running a 3 tight end offense. what sense does that make when the 3 tight ends can't block? Just put 3 wide receivers out there, or 2 with Witten. So answer in the comments or on Twitter today while I'm watching the rest of the draft, how did the product that we ended the season with last year, that wasn't very good, by the way, was lucky, very lucky to be playing in that last game. It wasn't because we were killing people. It was because other people were not performing. And the only team that decided to perform in the NFC East last year at that time was the Washington Redskins. So we wasn't in that game because we were doing something. We were in that game basically because of default. So that team is being brought into next year. How is the team next year better than the team we had last year when we lost Sensabaugh, we lost Felix Jones, we lost a whole bunch of people. We have injury-prone people. We have Rat who barely played in the last 3 years. We got Ware that's getting hurt, that's been hurt bad lately. We've got Sean Lee. We've got Bruce Carter. We've got Barry Church that might not come back full from his horrible injury or whatever. So we've got a lot of injuries over there on defense, players that might not really be there for us, and there's no one behind them. And we choose to back up Miles and Witten, when Miles already has Dwayne Harris breathing down his throat saying, all right, man, you can go, you can get out of here. We got Danny Cole, Virginia Tech coach, still saying that Danny Cole could be all-world as soon as he gets healthy. One of the best receivers that he's seen, blah, blah, blah. We choose to back up those guys when they had people behind them. Hannah was there. Dwayne Harris was there. Danny Cole was there. And when you have a quarterback like Tony Romo and you pay your quarterback all that money, you have a luxury of not having to worry about wide receiver, because the wide receiver's job will just be to catch the freaking ball because Tony Romo is going to put it on you. DC Fanatic and I had a conversation with one of the Dallas wide receivers from back in the day, and how he didn't get that much play, and which is different from Miles Austin, who he says he's probably better than, but Miles Austin got to be big because he had Tony Romo throwing him the football. So you choose to back up the tight end position and the wide receiver position when there's no depth on the defensive side of the ball whatsoever. So answer, how did we get better this year from that draft and from free agency? How are we going to come into next season with a better team than last year? Where are the players going to come from? All right, let me go watch the rest of this draft. I'll holler at y'all later.